Oh man, make sure you guys can see all those solar panels. Oh. So I'm doing this outdoor test at my solar shed. Everything out here is completely isolated from regular mains, house mains. Oh. So here's my system set up, and it's working. It's running off my solar shed. It's the transmitter. It's on. And like before in the previous video, I'm running the light bulbs being lit from just an aluminum antenna isolated from ground. And the power is going to these ground rods. So the light bulb's being lit from the ground rod to the antenna. And you can see that. Not sure if you can see those arcs. And I have to be careful too, because I'm wearing flip-flops, and I was walking around barefoot near the coil, and I was getting shocked from the ground. Coil is consuming 36 watts, running off a little DC supply. And this plate here, I couldn't use this one, it was too big, it detuned the coil. So the coil's there running. I had to stand it up off the ground because it wouldn't run too close to the ground, it was detuning. The coil is ungrounded. This is an antenna here, sitting on just a clear bucket and a piece of wood and another plastic bucket. And it's being run from the antenna to the ground rod. And we have power. It's extracting power out of the ground. And look at this. This is even more crazy. This is from my shed's ground, which is isolated from mains. And this goes to just a metal bar in the ground. And it lights an LED. So I can't explain that effect, but somehow my transmitter, you can extract power from my transmitter from two separate grounds. Like, I cannot explain that effect unless there's standing waves occurring between two separate ground points, which makes the most sense to me. But yeah, it's very interesting, and I'm pretty confident you can extract unlimited amounts of power from the ground with two separate ground points when this transmitter's on. And that LED's getting hot. And I noticed the higher the transmitter is, the more power it gains on the dome. And the better your ground system is, the more power you can obtain too. So, look at this. I run the LED along the dirt and it lights up. The further I get it from the other ground, it lights up. Really interesting. That LED's lit from the ground of my shed and just a random ground bar. There's the 1300 watt inverter that runs my shed. So I'll shut my transmitter off and all this will go out. Whoa, the ground's shocking me going near the coil. I should not be wearing flip-flops. This thing sucks power out of the earth. And that bulb is hot. See if you guys can see these arcs. Like, look at that. That's coming straight out of the earth. And I don't even have a good ground either. It's just two ground bars in the ground. Sometimes the arcs... Whoa! There was so much juice it melted the light bulb connection. Holy shit. Alright, I'll connect up to 3 big light bulbs. So power consumption, no light bulb, 32.9 watts. Connect the chain of light bulbs. These are incandescents. Oh yeah, they light up. Not as bright as the one though. I'm gonna connect these somehow without frying myself. Come on. There's some kind of attraction going. There we go. Wants to stay turned away. Come on. Okay, something isn't making contact. There's surges of power coming through. I'm not sure if you can see that. But every so often there'll be a very big surge of power. Very big RF arcs. I don't understand what's... Fuck. I keep getting zapped from the ground. Can you hear those arcs? They're huge RF arcs. There's a lot of juice coming out of the ground. And if my feet touch the ground, I am getting shocked bad. There we go. I'm gonna try and tune it. Ouch! That's lit. Assuming 36 watts. 36.8. And we have those three lit from ground power. Not very bright, but they're lit. And this LED is still lit. Pretty intensely too. So I'm going to shut the system off and we'll see that everything goes out. So again, we're consuming 36.3 watts. I'll shut the system off. System is off. Lights are out. This LED is out now. Absolutely nothing. Nothing in the LED at all. He out. So, what's happening in the setup is the device is extracting RF power out of the earth. And anywhere you put two separate ground points, you seem to be able to extract energy out of them. And I tested this multiple times. It works. It's my modified Slayer circuit. I show in earlier videos how to build it. And it's damn interesting. And I think it's the answer to free energy. Like, it's pretty much at the point where it's free energy now. Undoubtedly. So I'll turn it back on and we'll see what happens. I'm going to experiment with those RF arcs. Just want to feel how hot things got. No, it's not hot at all. Interesting. I'm going to turn it back on and crank the power a bit and see what we can do. Probably should be wearing good shoes for this. Not gonna exceed 21 volts input. Look at these massive RF arcs. It actually melts the foil. Can you see that? There's so much current it melts the foil. Oh my god, it can melt the foil, there's so much current. It's smoking too. You in no way should be able to do that with 40 watts. I'm melting metal. That is crazy. It's hard to see too because there's so much light out here. Wonder how bright the LED gets without this load connected. Oh, the ground's shocking me. Fucking A. Not much brighter. And when I walk near that coil, I'm getting shocked out of the ground. I'll connect that light bulb back up. Whoa, you see those big arcs? Jesus. That is some serious RF. What the fuck? You have to forgive my language. There's all sorts of crazy experiments going on. The power levels increased when I got away from my house and went in my shed, which is isolated from mains. Wow. Dude, I cannot walk near this thing. I'm getting zapped from the ground. If I walk within 10 feet of that thing, I get zapped from the ground. Like, I'm not joking. I should not be wearing flip-flops. I'm gonna move the experiment in the shed now. That'll be the end of this part 1 video. I'm gonna shut it off. I'm gonna shut the transmitter off. And you'll see that all these effects stop like I showed before. So, consuming 40 watts. Shut you off. Consuming 0 now. There's the bulbs. There's the grounds. So I'll end the video here.